Hey guys, what's up? I just came home from a birthday party tonight, and it was interesting, to say the least. Went to Dave & Buster's in Honolulu. Ended up having to be the chauffeur for 3 other people, and I found out last minute. But it was cool. I hadn't seen him in a while, and it was alright. I was reminded of another reason why I was such a man-hating lesbian before. And that's because cisgender dudes have this horrible habit of making irritating, inappropriate jokes that they consider funny for them, but pisses women off. For example, there was one small example was some guy. There was a whole bunch of people talking. There was quite a good number of people that showed up to the party, and somebody said, "Oh, what's he talking about?" Or something about superiority, and another guy said, "Oh, you mean men over women, or males over females?" And oh god, I did a mental eye roll at that. But the one that really got me was this married couple. I was having a conversation with the wife, and because the husband was playing games and drinking beers and stuff and talking to his friends, so I was kind of like talking with the wife from across the table, and she didn't look too good. She looked like she was a little under the weather, so I asked her about it, and she said she has this head sinus cold thing. She wasn't feeling good. And later on in the night, she talked about how she was getting ready to leave because she wasn't feeling good at all. And the husband was pretty drunk, or just buzzed, but kind of in his own little world, and he made the comment, because she was kind of like, "Oh, let's go home. I'm not feeling good. I'm sick." And he's like, "You're sick? What are you talking about?" And then it progressed. The conversation progressed to where she said that, "You complain whenever you have the sniffles. I don't say anything when I'm sick." And this was what killed me. He's like, "You complain when you're sick at least once a month." Oh my god. I was just torn so many ways just by that one comment alone. And I laughed it off, and it killed me. It really did. It really... Okay, so there's a lot of military people here in the islands. The state's economy is funded a lot by the military. So I work from right by Army base. So I've been around soldiers, whatever. I have family that served in the military. I have family that still is serving. I have nothing against the military, but or the people from the mainland have nothing. It's just the attitude that is common among certain white military guys. And just for the record, I'm not racist at all. I'm mixed racial for one thing. I'm part white myself, so please don't get offended when I say this. It's just a commentary from a particular perspective. It really, my nerves were really tested tonight. Part of me was happy to be read as male, be read as myself, be treated as myself, and thankfully my friends that were with me that know about me were polite enough. If they avoided using the gender pronouns as much as possible. They just went straight to Cyrus. Or Cyrus is this, or Cyrus, you know, they avoided the pronouns, and maybe they dropped he, but they did not drop she, so I'm thankful for that, but whatever, that's their deal. I guess I just want to document tonight. And also, after the party, I went home, or I went to Walmart to do some shopping that I didn't get to do earlier, and I saw two classmates from high school. They weren't in the same grade as me. One was from a couple of grades above me, and the other was like a couple of grades below. Like, I had seen these two different people within the span of 30 seconds, and neither of them recognized me. One of them, the older one, did a double take. She looked, saw me, and then looked again, and just as when I thought I was going to wave because I thought she recognized me, she walked away. And yeah, it was interesting. It's a little bittersweet, I guess. And I'm not sad by that. It's just, you know, it's not like I'm gonna, like, oh, by the way, you remember me as da-da-da-da. You know, I'm not gonna out myself at every frickin' turn. I'm just not. It's just not realistic to just out of nowhere say, oh, by the way, I'm transgendered, or I'm a tranny. You know, it's kind of a conversation that you want to have in private, or you know, because it's personal, and it's, you know, people don't flaunt their medical conditions to everybody. You know, you don't hear someone say, oh, I have cancer, I have AIDS or HIV, or I have syphilis or gonorrhea. You know, people don't advertise their personal shit out of nowhere just so someone can recognize them. Say, oh yeah, I remember you're the one with HPV. People don't do that. And not saying that transgender is a disease, because it's not, but it's a personal health matter, personal medical condition. And yeah, it's just not something you flaunt up and down, whatever. Yeah. And so yeah, being read as male is a good thing, but I realize that as much as I don't want to identify as trans, I just want to be just a normal guy, because that's how I feel, I guess. But there's just nothing normal about me, regardless of the trans stuff. I've built my life around being sympathetic towards women. You know, would I be able to call myself a feminist? Perhaps. I don't know. I'm more about equality. I don't think one gender is better than the other. I think they should both compromise, reason, and communicate and work it out. That's how I am in my relationships. That's how I am with my friends. Usually, I tend to be too nice for my own good, and I get stepped on a lot or taken advantage of. But in general, I believe in equality as much as possible. If she wants to do the yard, if I ever have a wife or a girlfriend that wants to do the yard work, she wants to do it, fine. If her heart's that set on it, I mean, go for it. I have no problem doing it myself, but you know, whatever. And likewise, I don't care if I can cook, about cooking. If people like what I cook, if she likes what I cook, then that's cool. You know? There's nothing feminine about that, as much as there's nothing really masculine about doing yard work. It's funny because I feel comfortable identifying as hetero-flexible, but I am just reminded why I would not. It would take a lot. There would have to be some guy that would just, it had to be the right alignment of the stars and the planets or something for me to even want to, like, do anything with a dude, because they just piss me off. And I can say that not as a man-hating lesbian, but I can say that as just another dude that just hates stupidity in other dudes. Ridiculous. And I wanted, excuse me, I wanted so badly to apologize to the wife for her husband's stupid comment, but I kept it to myself. And I'm sure I was kind of read as an odd kind of guy, but I was read as a guy, so. And again, I'm going to avoid using the word passing, because I'm not posing. I am who I am. So people are reading me correctly. When I start getting she'd and ma'amed and all that stuff, that's when that's being incorrectly read, and that's not what I want. So I avoided using my ID card at all tonight. I didn't drink. Well, somebody ended up passing me a drink, because the one person that was intended to was too drunk to really have it anyway, and she didn't even notice that the drink was gone. So it was a shot of buttery nipple, I believe. So yeah, that was no big deal. I guess that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. Being read as me, being treated as a cute guy, like this one cisgendered woman said that called me a cutie, and it was awesome. Yeah, it was quite interesting. My mind is running a blank. It's almost 2 in the morning, and I need to go to work, unfortunately, in about 7 or 8 hours. So, good night, and I will catch you all later. Aloha.